have you come out today? You're waving the Leicester City flags. You come out specifically?
Yes, exactly. Yeah, see a great team. We've won a great championship, been a great season in the end. So yeah, looking forward to the Premiership.
Where have you come from?
Leicester.
Leicester, fantastic. So not a big long trip, but how's the celebrations been so far?
Very good so far, so very good.
Fantastic. And then where are you heading after this? What's your plan? Are you making your way over?
For a bit.
Lovely. Well, I'll let you get on with that. I'm distracting you from it. Have a lovely time. Thank you very much indeed. Live on BBC Radio Leicester, we are walking down Granby Street with the coach. Oh, hello. Yes, hello. What's your name, sir?
Leicester, I love them. They're the best.
What's your name, sir?
Jitsalanki.
Fantastic. And tell us about how you found the past season, the past few weeks, as well as a Leicester fan.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I'd love to see them back there.
Yeah.
They deserve to be there.
Have you enjoyed the season?
It's been one of the best seasons for a long time.
Yeah, it has. Why do you say that? Because some people might say they've gone down the league. Why was it so good?
The amount of goals they scored, the way they were playing. They could play a lot better, but I know they got it with them. They're going to do a lot better this season.
Who are you with today? Where have you come from?
I come with my two nieces and my brother here as well.
Fantastic. What are you doing after this?
A few more beers.
Well, I'll let you get back to it and enjoy it. Thank you very much indeed. We're now going very slowly down, but it's great sight. You probably heard in the background there, I'm sure you did, the song of Straight Back Up Leicester City, the fans celebrating with that. And some of the youth players on the second bus behind me, but it's fantastic. 4 buses, all back to back, all in Leicester City blue. It's quite an emotional sight there, actually, Jack. A couple of Kun Vishai masks there being held up by some family members. There's a man on the loudspeaker here who's really giving it a good go. Let's try and talk to some other fans. There's loads of people just sort of coming along with it with their camera phones out. We're going to try and grab these people here. We've got 2 people with their kids up on their shoulders. What's your name, sir? Chris. We've got an OB Owls Football Club top on.
This morning.
Sorry?
We were playing
this morning. How did you do?
We came joint first in the tournament, so we did very well.
Fantastic. And you... Oh, nearly fell over then. How are we?
Yes,
what's your name?
thank you, Laura.
Lovely. And who have we got here?
Preston.
Hello. And what's your name?
Teddy.
How are you finding the day?
Great, thank you. Great atmosphere. It's really good.
It's fantastic, isn't it? Who did you want to come and see?
Connor Cody for him.
Connor Cody. You like Connor Cody, do you? Why do you like Connor Cody?
Because he's a good defender.
Fantastic. And so where have you come from? You've all come from Oby, have you?
Well, Wigston we are, but yeah, OB House, yeah.
Fantastic. I will let you get back. You're doing some great weightlifting job there, so I will let you get on with that and enjoy the rest of your day. We're starting to get a lot more crowded here, Jack. It's a fantastic atmosphere. I hope that's coming across on the tannoy here as we make our way down Granby Street following the Leicester City buses. I've got my microphone wire tangled in a bush, so that's good news. Here we go. I've untangled myself. It's absolutely packed. Wandering around, loads of different fans, loads of Leicester flags flying. Loads of checks, loads of blue and white checks. And we're now walking sort of towards Gallow Tree Gate now with the 4 buses back to back. Let's go and walk with a couple of fans, shall we? Hello, what's your name?
Samuel.
And your name?
I'm Samuel's father.
Samuel's father. That's a strange name. How are you finding the day?
Fantastic.
We'll walk and talk. I won't hold you up. How are you finding the day?
Absolutely brilliant. It's worth waiting for. It's been a little while, a bit late. What happened? But worth waiting for. And what a beautiful day. Great excitement throughout the day. It's been brilliant.
Yeah. And what about you? How are you finding it?
Great to see the players and the buses. Great to win the league. It's been a great day.
Yeah, and who are you excited to see?
I'm excited to see Jamie Vardy, of course.
Yeah. Did you get a spot of him? He was right at the front of the first bus, wasn't he?
See him, yeah, we saw him. He's been the talisman again this year, hasn't he? He's been brilliant, hasn't he?
How are you feeling about next season? Or are you thinking about that yet? You're just enjoying this?
Well, one thing about Leicester City, whether they're up there or down here, they always create excitement, don't they, throughout? And imagine they'll be doing the same next season as well.
Absolutely. Right, we are heading towards Gallow Tree Gate. The bus just about to head over, Jack, so I will hand back over to you. The party really just about to get started as they head towards the clock tower. But wow, what an atmosphere out on the streets of Leicester here.
Adam, thank you very much indeed. Well, he mentioned about going towards the clock tower. Owen Palmer-Atkin is there for us, has been all morning into the afternoon. Owen, what's it like there right now?
Yeah, good afternoon, Jack. It's quite the party happening down here at Clock Tower at the moment. There are streams and streams of people all the way up High Street, as far as I can see, from the Clock Tower all the way back up to Jubilee Square into BBC Radio Leicester headquarters, and then all the way down Humberston Gate as well. I can see all the way down there fans queuing on the streets waiting to see their heroes arrive here at the Clock Tower to lift the championship trophy. And when they do, there's going to be one almighty roar, and I think it's going to kickstart one almighty party into the night. As Adam's saying there, the bus heading down there, we've just had Steve Walsh and Filbert Fox on the balcony next to the Clock Tower where the players will be joining shortly. Mr. Jam back on the DJ decks as well and roaring people up, ready for what's going to be quite a special afternoon and a special coming together right here in the city of Leicester.
Owen, thank you very much indeed. We'll be back at Clock Tower with Owen when the team are on the balcony about to lift the trophy. He said it's going to be a proper party. I couldn't resist. So, we'll be back along the Clock Tower shortly. We'll have your 1 o'clock news as well. Before that, though, well, it's a Leicester fiesta, isn't it?
It's a Leicester fiesta. Come and join the festival. It's a Leicester fiesta, and we're having fun. All you want is right here. Everything is at hand. Make your mind up and go. Leicester's out on its own. It's a Leicester fiesta. Come and join the festival. It's a Leicester fiesta, and we're having fun. Come on, linger a while. Have fun shopping around. If you're out for the day, the city centre's the place.
Happy city is Leicester now. It's where it's all happening. In the shops or the marketplace, at a nightclub or disco.
Oh, the Leicester fiesta. Come and join the festival. It's a Leicester fiesta, and we're having fun. Come on into the town and give yourself a good time. There's no need to feel blue, 'cause we've got something for you. Oh, the Leicester fiesta. Come and join the festival. It's a Leicester fiesta, and we're having fun. Oh, the Leicester fiesta. Come and join the festival. It's a Leicester fiesta, and we're having fun. Oh, the Leicester fiesta.
I couldn't resist. We had to, didn't we? Promotion party and all that. Leicester fiesta. Martin Harvey. As the open top bus parade taking place in the city centre right now. They've made their way from Northampton Street, heading down Granby Street towards Gallatry Gate and towards those huge, huge crowds of blue and white. The members of the Blue Army come out in full force for that trophy lift at the Clock Tower. We think probably in around about 45 minutes' time, but whenever it is, we will keep you across it here on BBC Radio Leicester. Don't go anywhere. More of the promotion party songs to come as well after your news with Christian.
On the BBC Sounds app, on your smart speaker,
play BBC Radio Leicester,
and on your radio.
The sound of Leicester is
BBC Radio Leicester.
At 1 o'clock with the latest BBC Radio Leicester news, I'm Christian Hill. Thousands of Leicester City fans have gathered in the city centre for the team's open-top bus parade, celebrating their championship title. The parade set off from Northampton Street about 20 minutes ago, heading towards the Clock Tower. The players were due to lift the Championship trophy on the Haymarket Shopping Centre balcony at 1:15. That has been delayed slightly. Well, these fans in the crowd told us why they had to be there.
I wanted to come with my dad because I've supported Leicester all my life and we finally got out to celebrate it together. I'll remember this, I'll tell this to my kids when we win the Premier League when I've got them.
Well, Leicester fan, loving it. So, promotion is what we need. Our time to have a party. Everyone's here to have a good time. Great football this season. So, yeah, loving it.
And former Foxes winger and our matchday summariser Matt Piper is among the crowd at the Clock Tower.
It's incredible. It really is. I mean, trying to pick your way down towards the Clock Tower so early on a Sunday morning, and it's rammed everywhere. Like so many people, so many kids, so many flags, so many balloons. What a turnout.
Richard, in the weather, mainly dry and fine with sunny spells this afternoon, although a few scattered showers could break out before the evening. Highs today of 18 Celsius. Tonight, any early evening showers will fizzle out to leave it dry and mainly clear overnights with lows of 7 Celsius. That's your latest BBC News for Leicester.
Christian, thank you very much.
Every kick, every goal, every game. Live.
BBC Radio Leicester Sport.
That tastes like promotion!
For me, this is one of the key Leicester City celebration tunes. Those trips to Wembley in the 90s. I was saying yesterday to Pipes, I can remember 2000 Worthington Cup against Tranmere Rovers, bouncing along to this song just 12 months after I was there as an 8-year-old kid, crying the face paint off after we'd beaten by Spurs. What a way this football club has come since then. You're listening to BBC Radio Leicester. We are live celebrating the trophy parade. Leicester City got their hands on the Championship trophy yesterday. They're currently parading it throughout the city. They started on Northampton Street, down Granby Street. They're now heading around Gallery Gate. They will be up on the balcony at the Haymarket Shopping Centre a little bit later on by Clock Tower. Loads going on. We'll be bringing you the sights and the sounds. Will be back out to the Clock Tower very shortly. But again, Filbert Street in the 90s. Got to have this tune, Republica, ready to go. Republica and ready to go on BBC Radio Leicester as we await the open-top buses with the Leicester City squad making their way down to the Clock Tower in the city where there is a brilliant atmosphere building. Owen Palmer-Atkin, Matt Piper are there for us. Lads, what's it like down there?
Yeah, good afternoon, Jack. The bus has just arrived. There's, of course, 5 buses bringing the players and delegates and affiliates of the club down to Clock Tower today. I can just peer around one of the shop corners that we're situated on the media podium, and I can see a couple of the buses making their way from Granby Street with the fans bouncing up and down, waving their flags and their scarves in the air. There's inflatable silver and gold trophies. There's players waving from the bus down onto thousands and thousands of Leicester City fans, and soon they will be making their way up to the incredibly tall and very high balcony here in the city centre to lift and hoist that Championship trophy into the sky. The players leaning over the bus as I can see it, grabbing scarves and flags from the fans and celebrating with the Blue Army. They're leaning over the bus as much as they can. The Leicester fans throwing memorabilia of their own to the Blue Army, to the Leicester City players in quite a special moment. The Leicester players are throwing things back for them as well. It is quite the sight. And Matt Piper, this is quite something.
Well, I was just talking to someone there. I think there's more people here going more crazier than when we won the Premier League, which is unbelievable, really. But proper Leicester.
The way, I mean, you've been out into the crowd. It goes all the way up to past HMV, up to the pubs at the top of High Street near Jubilee Square as well. When you're walking around, what kind of sense of feeling did you get?
I got a sense of love from everyone that has been around. Two fans bought me a pint. I was on my way home, and two fans bought me a pint, and then someone else bought me a pint, and then someone gave me a can of alcohol, what I'm consuming now. But listen, this is what it's about. It's about going back to the Premier League after a fantastic season, and they're all just so special.
It's just about those celebrations as well, and everyone coming together. And that's one thing I always find this football club does really well. Everyone coming together to celebrate at the same time.
Yeah, always. I mean, look at it. The scenes are incredible. Honestly, I came to all the celebrations for the Premier League when we won the Premier League, and this seems a next level, and it was a championship. It's unbelievable, and it's just great to see. Leicester's back on the map, mate.
It's a record 8th championship title for Leicester City. There's kids all over the clock tower, sat on their parents' shoulders, waving their flags and scarves and inflatable trophies in the air as even more buses make their way around the corner at the bottom of Granby Street and begin to head closer to their end destination. Before long, those players will be stood on that balcony, Jack, and they will be lifting the championship trophy in the air. And I think this square, this clock tower, are going to go absolutely crazy for it. They are waiting and waiting. They've been here since the early hours of this morning. People getting their places right at the front of the parade. And the party, I want to say the party started yesterday, Jack, but it just keeps going and going and going. And with it being a bank holiday Sunday, I don't think it's going to stop.
Owen, thank you very much indeed. He is absolutely right. The celebrations are going to continue. We'll be back out to the clock tower in a little bit as well to hear everything that is going on. Owen and Pipes will take us through the moment when the players lift the trophy as well. And of course, he mentioned all of those fans out there. We've been hearing so many great stories from Fox's fans throughout the day, where they've come from, who their favourite players are, moments of the season. Conor O'Grady's been speaking to a few more.
We're on Granby Street, and all I can see is blue shirts after blue shirts. Straight back up. Leicester City is the flags, which I can see on the opposite side of the road. What's your name, madam?
Donata.
Donata, why did you have to be here today?
Well, I'm Leicester born and bred. I'm 55 years old, and I've followed Leicester my whole life with my family. I was here when we won the Premiership, and it was such a fantastic atmosphere, and I just felt I had to be here to support my local team.
How do you rate this season? Talk me through what you've made of this championship campaign.
Tricky at times, but we got there in the end. So the perseverance and the amazing support of all the fans at all of the matches have contributed to us getting to where we are today.
How far have you travelled?
I'm actually from Glenfield, so not too far.
Fantastic. Talk me through as well this atmosphere which we're part of now. Like I said, if I look further down Granby Street, so many fans, thousands of fans who have come out to cheer their heroes and get a glimpse of the championship trophy. What does that mean to you?
Oh, it's absolutely everything. I remember all those years ago, it'd been absolutely rammed. I'm sure down by the clock tower, it's really, really going to be busy. And we are going to follow the bus afterwards and go down and join everybody.
What's your name, sir?
I'm Mark.
Mark, that's a Welsh accent.
Yeah, I'm from South Wales, but now living in Leicester with Donata.
What have you made of Leicester City this season?
Yeah, they've had ups and downs. They were well clear at one point, and it's been clawed back, which made it for a great ending to the season, so congratulations to Leicester.
And if I look at Donata, what she's wearing, straight back up, Champions 2024 is the branded t-shirt of which she's wearing. She's got a Leicester City branded hat as well. This is a chance for the whole city to come together and celebrate, regardless if you like football or not.
I think you can see by the crowds all around us at the moment. I'm sure there's many people that haven't even probably been to Leicester. You can't get in because of season tickets. So, like you say, everyone can come out, families, they're all enjoying themselves. So.
Let's go and have a word with a few more supporters. I can hear the Vuvuzelas in the background as well. Let's go and have a chat with you, sir. What's your name?
Atish.
Atish, talk me through your day.
Well, we've just come here. We're anxious. We're excited to see them. I think we've got some good viewage here, and we're going to then head out to where the party's happening.
Talk me through this season.
Plain sailing at the start, thinking we've done it, and then the glitch came. A bit stressful, but the old boy, the legend Vardy, just delivers, and it's a bit scary. I don't know how long it's going to last.
And you've got your two children here, one wearing the FA Cup final shirt, I'm going to call it that goal, game where Yori Tielemans scored that worldie at Wembley, and then you've got your other son wearing a T-shirt from this season. A day for the whole family to come together and celebrate Leicester's achievements, it seems.
Yeah, we're reminiscing about the Premier League parade, and I think we've just been talking about that for about the hour. But yeah, it's, they're the next generation. They need to see what Leicester's all about.
Conor O'Grady there, out speaking to a few of the Foxes fans that have made their way into the city for the trophy parade. The bus making its way round to the clock tower. We'll be back out there with Owen when the players lift the trophy. This is The Darkness.
Can't explain all the feelings that you're making me feel.
The Darkness. I believe in a thing called love on BBC Radio Leicester. So we are bringing you the promotion party live here on BBC Radio Leicester. As I mentioned, the players, the Leicester City squad, the staff, other affiliates of the club making their way with the trophy. There's about 4 or 5 buses, open-top buses. They've gone down Granby Street. They're coming towards the clock tower where they will be on the balcony at the Haymarket there to lift the trophy in front of the fans. There is a sea of blue and white. We've also been bringing you some reaction from yesterday. We'll hear from Wout Fass at some point as well. We'll be back at the clock tower to hear from Owen and Pipes, who are right in the thick of the celebrations. And I've also been bringing you the party tunes, getting the mood going. And I asked a little bit earlier on, I put it out there, I said, look, when you think of Leicester City and you think of a party and you think of celebrations, what songs come to mind? And there is a particular song by a particular singer that, well, I've had requested loads. And I thought, do I play it? Because I've just played The Darkness. It's going to be very much a shift in tone, a shift in class levels, as it were. I was thinking, should I play it? And then I thought, you know what? People have asked for it. And really, it is the epitome of a Leicester celebration. It really is the moment, I think. If you ask somebody to name a moment celebrating Leicester City, this is the moment that comes to their mind. So while we await the players on the balcony at Clock Tower to lift the Championship trophy, I think we should hear from a certain Mr. Andrea Bocelli.
I want to introduce the great maestro, Andrea Bocelli, is here for you. And I want to say to you, we are champions because you push too much behind us. Thank you so much. Thank you. I love you.
What a day that was. Still makes the hairs on the back of my neck stand up. Andrea Bocelli, Nessun Dorma, of course, from King Power Stadium, the day that Leicester City lifted the Premier League trophy, of course, 8 years ago now, unbelievably. 8 years later, though, they are lifting the Championship trophy. They lifted it at King Power Stadium yesterday. Today, they are celebrating in the city. They are heading currently, the buses have headed towards Clock Tower, the players and the staff making their way off now. They'll be heading up to the balcony to show off the trophy to the sea of blue and white fans that are all there waiting to see their heroes. Owen Palmer-Atkin and Matt Piper are there for us. We'll cross over to them, see how the atmosphere is continuing to build in just a sec.
I understood loneliness before I knew what it was.
Calvin Harris, Rag and Bone Man on BBC Radio Leicester. That is giant as we bring in you live coverage of the Leicester City Trophy Parade. They've made their way down Granby Street, heading towards Clock Tower, where our man Owen Palmer-Atkin is right now. Owen, what's going on right now? What were the scenes like when the buses came through?
Oh, the scenes were magical, Jack. You just saw that real synergy, that real bond between the Blue Army and the Leicester City fans, as well as a pyrotechnic just goes off fireworks style to my right-hand side, something I don't think that the local police force are particularly pleased with, and they're doing their best to stop that now as the sparks fly all over people to my right. But it is a real party atmosphere. The flares are still going off to my left-hand side. As I say, plenty of kids on shoulders, on their parents' shoulders, and all eyes really focusing now on that balcony as they await the Leicester City players, Enzo Maresca and his staff, to really come out there and kickstart this party by lifting that Premier League trophy. Sorry, the Championship trophy. I'm getting a bit carried away with myself. Next year, Jack.
Next year, mate.
Looking on the next year. But just on when the buses arrived, as I say, it was that real synergy. You could see plenty of fans making sure they could get their scarves and their flags thrown up to the players on top of the bus, who were taking it all in, soaking in every single moment of it. And lots of Leicester fans too, our left and right hand side, watching on the screens, looking at the buses and watching their heroes make their way down into the hotel next to the balcony, where they'll make their way up onto the stage. And that will be the culmination of today's events, won't it? As they lift that bit of silverware into the Leicester sky and send this city absolutely wild.
Owen, thank you very much indeed. He'll keep bringing us the mood from Clock Tower. We'll hear from a few more fans as well. And as I mentioned, we'll be over there when they are about to lift the trophy. We'll be over there to hear from Owen, describe the scenes for you as well. Let's continue the tunes though, shall we? As we keep going with the promotion party. As Pipe said earlier, it's bank holiday. Let's just keep going. Hard fight, hard to beat.
I seen you, darling, seen you hanging round town, doing all the shit.
We are almost at the time for the trophy lift. The players and the staff of Leicester City to be out on the balcony at Clock Tower. Friends and family of the players making their way out there. So I reckon once we've had a bit of Sam Fender, we should be about ready and be over to Clock Tower with Owen Palmer-Atkin bringing you all of that trophy lift. This is 17 going under.
I remember the sickness was forever. I remember it's not the...
You are listening to BBC Radio Leicester Sport, and we are bringing you live coverage of the Trophy Parade. Leicester City, champions of the Championship, showing off their trophy to the people of Leicester. There's a sea of blue and white around the city. We are close to welcoming the players out onto the balcony at the Clock Tower. So let's hand to your team down there where the atmosphere is properly building. Owen Palmer-Atkin and Matt Piper.
Thank you very much, Jack. Good afternoon. Welcome to Clock Tower here in the city centre of Leicester, where all morning, all afternoon, the crowds have been building, the crowds have been swelling ahead of what is going to be quite the bank holiday Sunday night, I think. The players made their way from King Power Stadium through the city, snaking their way all the way to Clock Tower, right at the bottom of Granby Street, on 5 buses full of affiliates, family and friends. And just judging by some of the social media posts we've seen, the club putting up a video, of course, of Abdul Fatawu with some absolutely rascal sunglasses on, celebrating with his teammates ahead of the real finale of the season. Of course, we had that incredible day at King Power Stadium yesterday, where despite the result, Leicester City went on to make history and record their 8th championship title, a record in the division. But today they get to celebrate with Leicester and wider Leicester in the city centre, and at the very heart of it, with an open invitation to come and meet him at Clock Tower. So a few affiliates just stood on the stage and the balcony that rises above, looking all the way down Granby Street and all the way down High Street as well, which is absolutely packed to the rafters. You are struggling to squeeze any more people into this area of Leicester right now. And as I say, the players made their way down on the buses, swapping scarves and flags with the Blue Army, having photos, waving, saying hello, cheering, and of course showing off that championship trophy. Former Foxes winger Matt Piper with us as well here at Clock Tower. And Pipes, I know you said a little bit earlier on that this is some celebration, but it may be on par, maybe even better than the Premier League title celebrations, which they were off the scale. But the feeling around this city right now is absolutely incredible.
Yeah, I'm trying to sort of work it out in my head of why it would be bigger than the title of the Premier League. And I'm thinking, we had COVID, we were locked down for so long. This is just off the top of my mind. We're locked down for so long. Obviously, we've had 18 months to 2 years of, not a really great feeling in the city because of the football club. And then all of a sudden, Enzo comes in, turns it around. We're champions of the championship, and everyone's just thought, let's have it, let's go nuts. That's how I feel. So it's just a wonderful occasion. I've been taking so many videos. My wife's always saying to me, you never take videos of anything. But today, I must have took about 20 videos. I'm going to post them all online. It's amazing to see this.
It certainly is. And you made your way out of the kind of media kind of cage that we're stood in at this moment, made your way out and then got yourself back in, mingling in amongst the Blue Army. But it's so difficult to walk anywhere in the city centre right now because it's packed in like sardines.
Yeah, well, I've got dinner booked at 3 o'clock, so Mrs.
You haven't.
Well, Mrs. Piper's going to be going mad because I'm looking at the way that I've got to pin my way through this crowd, and I don't think I'm going to be able to get back through it. Everyone's turned out. There must be 150,000 people here. I don't know if I'm over-exaggerating, but it feels massive. The last time I was at Vicky Park for the Kasabian concert, this is what it feels like, but in the town centre. It's absolutely crazy.
The numbers, as I say, they go all the way down Granby Street, all the way up High Street. And on the stage right now, the huge applause you can hear is for Alan the Birchnell, who's made his way out in a blue Leicester City t-shirt, leant across the banner that says straight back up 2023-24, punches the sky 4 or 5 times and starts whipping this crowd up into a bit of a frenzy, really. He was out on the pitch yesterday afternoon, he was out on the pitch before the game against Southampton, and a real club icon in Alan Birchnell. He's back out there again, he's punching the sky, 1, 2, 3, and the Leicester City fans are really enjoying that one from Alan Birchnell. He's now given a little bit of a dance, maybe Abdul Fatawu been teaching Alan Birchnell a little bit of a dance move, but Pipes, seeing Birch up there, he's in his element in moments like this, and he's really enjoyed himself as well.
Oh mate, he's a legend. We've been speaking about him on the radio recently. He's not been on the pitch as much this year, but when he has, he brings a special feeling to it and that connection with the fans. And he just came on the stage then and he just made the place erupt. It's so great to see him. And he's a club legend, isn't it?
He certainly is, and as you say, that those moments when Leicester City need the Burge, they're the moments that he turns up. That game against Southampton, when he came out onto the pitch and really just, as he did just then, whipped the crowd up into a bit of a frenzy. Hearing his voice just does something to Leicester City fans.
Yeah, I mean, long may it continue, because he's a club legend. He always batters us in the press room, doesn't he? He always gets after us, but it wouldn't be the same without the Birds. So every time he turns up, he is the main man. He really is.
It's BBC Radio 1's and BBC One Extra DJ Mr. Jam, who's also from Leicester and a massive Leicester City fan, who is leading the DJ calls at the moment in a Leicester City shirt on the balcony, close to where the players will be joining him shortly, to lift that championship trophy up into the sky. What a memorable season it has been. What an incredible season it has been. 46 games, 31 wins, a place in the FA Cup quarter-finals where they got oh so close against Chelsea. Ups and downs, as there always has been with the Leicester City roller coaster, but culminating in what is, quite frankly, a really special gathering. And a gathering here around Clock Tower that I don't think many people will forget in a very, very long time. Just looking to our left and right, there's Leicester City balloons, there's huge flags with champions sprawled all over them, and so many Leicester shirts all in one place, and every single person jumping, bouncing, waving their flags, holding their scarves above their head, but of course expectant for what is about to come. Plenty of the club staff at the moment just stood on the balcony taking their photos before the players will join us with the City boss Enzo Maresca, who deserves so much credit for leading this side to the championship title. And down in front of us, I think there's a little bit of a mosh pit beginning to form, actually, with the tunes really starting getting people going in this party atmosphere. But I mean, Pipes, when these players come out onto that balcony and they look out and they see all of these crowds who've come down to see them, they probably would have felt it on the buses already. How will they be feeling, do you think, seeing the amount of Leicester fans who've come out to see them and celebrate their success today?
Well, we've already been saying, haven't we, that it's probably a bigger turnout than the Premier League, and you know, these players are going to feel so special. All their hard work, graft, quality that they've had this season is going to be shown with the appreciation of the crowd. It's been absolutely crazy. I think I first got here about 9:30 this morning and it was already packed, and now it's tenfold. It's going to be a real special day when they come out and listen to the place erupt when the first player is seen on that balcony.
Yeah, we're still waiting at the moment, as I say, for the players to come out. But I know there was 250,000 people when Leicester City won the Premier League that lined the streets, and it would be interesting to see how many people turned out for today. But it does have that similar feeling. I don't think there's many other Championship clubs, if they'd won the Championship this season, would be able to do something like this.
It's because, you know what it is? Because we're proper Leicester, mate. We're Leicester. And you know, the football club is so important to all of us. You know, whether it's Tigers fans or the cricket fans, we're a sporting city, and to have Leicester City back in the Premier League is absolutely huge, and everyone turns out for them.
Well, the players aren't too far away, so before they come out onto the balcony, let's hear from them, shall we? I caught up with Wout Faes, one of the most integral players in this team, as part of that back line for the entire season after full time against Blackburn yesterday. Wow, Championship champions, how does that feel?
Amazing. I think if you look at the atmosphere and everything, if you look back at 12 months ago, it's 183rd, so it's amazing.
What kind of journey has this football club and you been on over the last year?
I've seen it all at the moment, so yeah, now it's good to be part of this. It's amazing, and now I think we just need to enjoy this and savor this, and then get a few weeks off and then prepare for next year.
What's it like when after 46 games you're able to get your hands on the trophy and lift it in the air?
It's amazing. It's my first one as well, so yeah, I hope to have some more. But yeah, it's things that some players don't experience, and I just think we have to feel and experience them 100%.
You played a big part in this season. Enzo came in the summer and really changed a lot of things at the football club. What kind of impact? Can you describe the impact that he's had on this football club?
It's amazing, maybe as a word, but yeah, it's just the football we're playing. We're just enjoying it. Also myself, it's things. This is the way you want to play, with the ball, be aggressive, and then obviously it's all the ideas he has. It's amazing, but I think it's just a nice day for Leicester, and it's been a good year.
How excited are you to be back in the Premier League next season?
I don't think you have to ask the question. That's the only thing you want as a player. So yeah, hopefully we can be competitive and go again next year.
You've got that medal round your neck. Finally, how much does that mean to you, and how closely will you be guarding that tonight?
It's a nice one, so yeah, we'll enjoy it. Already looking forward to tomorrow to the parade, so yeah, it's going to be nice.
So there was Wout Faes after the 2-0 defeat to Blackburn Rovers yesterday, and ordinarily after a defeat you would never hear a footballer so happy, but it was already because Leicester City had secured their place as the Championship champions for 2023-2024, and he played a real integral part in that back line this season, alongside Yannick Vestergaard, of course, Callum Doyle, Connor Cody, James Justin, Hamza Chowdhury, Ricardo. They all played there in the end, and they all played a big part in getting Leicester City over the line and back into the Premier League, and quite frankly, back where they belong. We are here at Clock Tower, here on BBC Radio Leicester, until the trophy is lifted in the city centre, right in front of the Clock Tower. And what better place for the Leicester City fans and the Leicester City players to come together and meet. That old saying, I'll meet you at Clock Tower. And that could not be truer today, with thousands and thousands of Leicester City fans, thousands and thousands of Leicester City shirts lining the streets after what has been, quite frankly, a very, very special season to be in and around Leicester City. Returning to the Premier League, there's a few cheers beginning to be echoed around us, as there's a few Leicester fans just behind us who have climbed up a couple of street poles, and they've cemented a Leicester City flag onto the top, crowning the city streets and flooding the city streets in Leicester City memorabilia and Leicester City flags, and they're enjoying themselves there. And Pikes, the fans are enjoying themselves, and they've got every right to, because last season, as you already mentioned, it felt like a downward spiral. Leicester got relegated from the Premier League. They should never have been relegated from the Premier League, and now at the end of a real tough season, the fans are able to come out in their thousands and really just enjoy themselves and let their hair down.
Yeah, I mean, it's been, what has it been, 2 years, 18 months at the very least of financial troubles, manager troubles, relegation, and it all sort of het up at the start, towards the end of last season, and you just thought, who's gonna come in, who's gonna help us, who's gonna take us back to the promised land? And I've got to say it, the club took a real risk on Enzo. An unknown commodity, an unknown manager, wasn't really tested at this level, came in and creates these sort of scenes and the connection again with the fans. And we're just seeing fans climbing up lampposts, hanging up flags, people dancing in the streets, kids happy. It's just an amazing feeling.
How critical was it for Enzo Maresca to come in and rebuild that relationship with the fans? That this time last year we were talking to fans on the podcast who were crying because of how fractured and how distant they felt from their football club. But now it's a totally different feeling.
Yeah, well, the thing that I was really worried about is the fact he was so inexperienced. I didn't think an inexperienced manager could come in and create that connection again with the players, with the fans, but he has done. He's been amazing this season.
Stadium announcer Brad of King Power Stadium is whipping up the crowd here in chants of Championes, Championes, Ole, 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 as Kuntop and Enzo Maresca appear on the balcony in the city centre next to the Clock Tower, both of them with a hand on the Championship trophy, fists in the air. and throwing the trophy towards the Leicester fans with the blue flares flying all around us. The celebrations, the applause as the Leicester City players will begin now to take to the balcony for the showpiece event of a record-breaking season for Leicester City, recording their 8th Championship title. Kuntop and Enzo Maresca having an official photograph taken, but even Kuntop can't get away from the fact he wants to get a selfie on his phone in the air with Enzo and the Championship trophy. And as Pipes was just saying a few moments ago, they did take a risk on Enzo Maresca, a manager who was coming in who'd only had a handful of games in charge of a first-team club. And he turns to the fans after chants of his name, punches the sky, kisses the badge, throws his palm onto the badge, with Kuntop bowing down to the Leicester City fans and applauding above his head as well. And they stand there with arms around each other, soaking every single last moment in. With straight back up, Leicester City now being echoed around the city streets. What incredible cheers in the city centre for the three leaders, the three musketeers at Leicester City. Mark Albrighton, Ricardo Pereira and Jamie Vardy making their way to the edge of the balcony with all the Leicester players behind them, and together the party is about to start in Leicester on Bank Holiday Sunday. Straight back up Leicester City. They hold the trophy in their hands. The tension, the waiting builds right at the clock tower. Drinks being thrown in the air. The players bouncing and lifting the trophy into the sky to applause and cheers and bouncing and jubilation from the Leicester City fans. Jamie Vardy stood there, one hand on the trophy, sunglasses on, next to Mark Albrighton and Ricardo Pereira, and Didi and Conor Cody, Fatawu are all there celebrating alongside Steffi Mavididi, Hamza Chowdhury, Yannick Vestergaard, Kiernan Dewsbury Hall. They're all enjoying themselves up there, and quite rightly so. The blue flares go off, the chants are sung. Leicester City back in the Premier League, back where they belong, and all at the first attempt. After that bitter relegation last season, this year, 12 months later, it is a complete turnaround. It's destination Premier League for Leicester City Football Club ahead of the 2024-2025 season, as the club takes a new step into a new era under Enzo Maresca, back in the Premier League. And Matt Piper seeing all the players bounce around there, lifting that trophy into the sky. It's a real special moment, and we got one trophy lift, and I don't think that's going to be it.
No, it's not going to be it. They made us wait a little bit, didn't they? Vardy sort of had it down low for a long time, building the anticipation, and then when it lifted, the crowd went absolutely crazy. But I think we're going to hear from the chairman now. It's just an amazing day.
Enzo Maresca still bouncing alongside Mark Albrighton and Ben Nelson down there. And now there will be a speech from Kuntop Sri Watanaprapa, the Leicester City chairman, who has led the football club back to the Premier League at the first attempt.
I want to say thank you so much. This is amazing. We've been through a lot of pain last year. I know how you feel. But today we celebrate. We're back to Premier League where we belong. And thank you so much for sticking with us. Keep pushing the team. And we will make you proud. Thank you so much.
Keep pushing the team, and we will make you proud. The message from Cuntop Pipes.
Amazing.
These are Hamza Chowdhury's dulcet tones as well.
Go on, Hamza.
Anybody else got a song? Anybody else got a song? Right. Where's the manager? Where's our manager?
It's absolute carnage on top of that balcony at the moment. Hamza Chowdhury almost snatched the microphone from Cuntop to sing straight back up, Leicester City. And I believe we're going to get a bit of a speech here from Enzo Maresca.
Fantastic. Thanks all of you. Your first season as manager as well has gone pretty well, hasn't it?
Yeah, but the most important thing is to see all these people very happy after 1 year. So we are very, very proud, all of you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Can I ask you?
A real synergy between Enzo Maresca and the Leicester City fans who watch on in anticipation of what next season might bring. But Enzo Maresca already, Matt Piper, looking forward to next season. He's got a big task on his hands now, Enzo, to keep Leicester City in the Premier League and really continue to build this evolution. But he said to us yesterday that this is just the start for Enzo Maresca.
It is. I mean, I'm sure he said the planning starts next week. I'm sure it will do, but I'm sure it's already started with the hierarchy of the football club and Enzo looking at players that he's got to move on, bring in. The planning will have already started. And listen, I think we can have a special season next year. I really do, with this football club and some of the talented players that we've got.
So many more in the future. I want these fans to experience so many more in the future. And what a city, what a club.
The players watching on.
10 more years, 10 more years, football by 2. 10 more years, I say. 10 more years, football by 2. Playing football, it ain't so weird.
Wait a minute.
That was Jamie Vardy, Matt Piper, 10 more years. And now 10 more years for Jamie Vardy as well.
Come on, Mr. Vardy. Come on, Mr. Vardy. Please. Right. So get this in the frame. Get this in the frame now. Right. Mr. Vardy, you're 37 years old. You're fit as a butcher's dog. You've still got it in you. You've still got the killer instinct. Are you playing next year with us or not?
That's on John Rudkin.
I knew you wouldn't say it. I knew you wouldn't. Hey, listen.
And I knew every one of you was going to boo.
Hey, listen.
Jamie Vardy, classic Jamie Vardy, not refusing to commit, Matt Piper, but he is absolutely in a brilliant run of form this season. And when you look at him play, there's no doubt that there is still more in the locker. There's still more in the tank for Jamie Vardy.
100%. I said it yesterday on the radio. 18 goals this season, 190 of his whole career at Leicester City, and I know he's going to get to 200 in the Premier League next year.
I'm starving. But listen, whatever happens, what a year it's been. What a year. We've had a new group of lads together. New manager. You put your megaphone down, you. Olivia, tell him rock, paper, scissors.
Rock, paper, scissors, fuck off!
Apologies for the language you may have heard here on BBC Radio Leicester. Jamie Vardy.
But what I will say, I'll start again.
Speaking with his daughter on stage.
The new manager came in. We had to take
here at Clock Tower.
On board. We had to work as
again, apologies for any foul language you may have heard.
And we're in the Premier League!
Jamie Vardy inciting the party once more.
Champion! Champion!
that's a maybe for next year then. Right, Mark. I hate to say it, but I've seen you working a lot in the media recently. Is that it for you?
I'm not sure. I don't know. 10 more years! 10 more years! Mark Albright, 2! 10 more years!
Have you got 10 more years? Because yesterday, when you came on, your first ball across, what a goal that would have been. Absolute beauty.
If only we had a decent striker. No, hey, let's just enjoy the moment. Champions again, ole, ole. Champions again, champions again, champions again, ole,
Right.
Matt Piper, the Leicester City fans hearing from Jamie Vardy and Mark Albright on stage, that is something that they would have really enjoyed.
Oh my word. I mean, I enjoyed it, you enjoyed it. I think all the crowd did. But that's him, isn't it? That's his character, and I really, really hope we see it again next year.
I think there is going to be another trophy lift here at the clock tower. The U's are waiting in anticipation to see that gleaming bit of silverware, that championship trophy, hoisted back into the air. Kuntop has his hands on the trophy.
Oh, right. Before that, we're going to have a bit of a sing-song. Now, what should we sing?
Looks like we're not going to get another trophy lift, Matt Piper. Instead, they're going to roll out that's what I call Leicester City. But the celebrations are pretty carnage, and I think that's to be expected based on what we've seen from these Leicester City players and the way that they've celebrated over the last week or so.
Yeah, over the last 2 weeks, I think they've been drunk most nights. I think we could tell that from the performance yesterday against Blackburn. And we're seeing it now with the celebrations that are going on. But listen, that's exactly what a promotion season is like. It is. You get to the end of the season, before the last game of the season, and you're back in the Premier League, and it's just amazing to see. And you want them to enjoy it as much as they can and experience the moments.
Okay, we're going to have a round of When You're Smiling. Oh, yes!
So Vishai Had a Dream echoing around the streets of Leicester. And as was just announced, I think there's going to be a huge rousing chorus of When You're Smiling. A reminder, you can get all the reaction to today, including our interviews with Steve Walsh, Matt Elliott, of course, Pipes with us on the show today, as well as hearing from Kasabian frontman Serge Pizzorno, hear from Mark Albrighton and Kieran Dewsbury Hall on the When You're Smiling podcast, which will be available later this evening on BBC Sounds or wherever you get your podcasts.
When you're smiling, when you're smiling, the whole world smiles with you. When you're laughing, keep it going.
Are the scenes at the clock tower in Leicester. Thousands of City fans celebrating the trophy lift. Owen Palmer-Atkin and Matt Piper were there for us. And as Owen mentioned, a When You're Smiling podcast coming out, commemorating the day, bringing it all together. If you missed any of the day, make sure you catch up there. That is it for us here on BBC Radio Leicester. Thank you so much for your company today, for the trophy parade. As we mentioned, you can catch up on the podcast. And thank you for being with us throughout the season, whether you're with us for just one game, for a few games, or whether you're one of the thousands that have been downloading the podcast week in, week out. We really appreciate you, and we'll be back to do it, of course, again next season. Dean Jackson is up next on BBC Radio Leicester. They didn't quite get their When You're Smiling sing-song down at the Clock Tower, did they? So we will have to end on Jersey Bud, Leicester lad, and his version of When You're Smiling. That coming up in just a sec. But first, I think we need to say a proper goodbye and wrap up this season, because when we next see you, the next stop for Leicester City will be Destination Premier League. Ta-ra!
Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn. It's a new day, it's a new life for me, yeah. And I'm feeling good.
The full-time whistle goes. Leicester City are the Championship champions for a record 8th time. What a season! Into Dewsbury Hall, strikes the goal! No! Come on! Into Dewsbury Hall! He hits the top corner! He sends King Power Stadium wild! And has the Shepshed boy just secured 3 points on the opening day of the season in the M69 derby! To goal body, left-footed, and fires the back of the net. It just had to be him, didn't it? But there's Jamie Vardy to slam it home. He stands in front of the Blue Army. He has just secured Leicester City's championship title. He's Leicester's GOAT that crowns Leicester City the winners of the championship. What a season this has been for Leicester City. 46 games, 31 wins, 1 title. A record 8 championship title and a place back in England's top flight. Jamie Vardy brings Mark Albrighton and Ricardo down, and together they lift the trophy. As the Blue Army celebrate the championship title. They are back in the big time. They are back in the Premier League. Leicester City are back where they belong.
When you're smiling, when you're smiling, the whole world smiles with you. When you're
Celebrate your local heroes.
When we was in digging, it was surreal because you could actually hear them tapping. So I just gave you the motivation to keep going.
Share sporting success. Showcase your talent.
Get together, play instruments. If we can do it, anybody can do it.
Give you the news you can trust.
There was a gentleman coming into Barrow Road. His car had got stranded. The water was waist high.
And we make you smile.
Come on then, give us a big cheer!
Follow us on social media and listen on BBC Sounds.
BBC Radio Leicester. Dean Jackson. BBC Radio Leicester.
Thanks for WhatsApping from Lanza all the way. And it's quite sunny here, but I don't think we've got a patch on you today. Bazza in Besselpot. All right, Bazza, good to find you here. Great to have you aboard, and thanks for being here as well. Paul's in Burton Joyce, also getting it right. I thought you said it was a hard one, Dean, says Paul. Oh, Paul's finding it very straightforward today. Jane in Cheliston, actually, forgive me. You're in the Hall of Fame. Well done to Dino, who got it spot on, was one of the first through. And to Deekster as well, also in the Hall of Fame. Well done to Phil and Betsy, driving to Nettleton Park near Caister. Well done to you. To Ben and Naomi in Swedish Lapland. Well done. To Henry and Sarah in Calvo, well done. C in Colton. To Paul. The music's end. I've got to stop. But Paul in Burton, well done to you. No, that sounded sad that I heard from you. Paul in Burton, well done. You're in the Hall of Fame. Congratulations. Glyn on his yacht at Castle Marina, also with it right. And I always make a rule, I have to read at least 3 emails, and I didn't get to them in time, so we just randomly open 3 here, see who's been in touch. This in from Jane and Mel in Clifton Village. You got it right, well done. Fred in Bolton. Hello, Fred. Good to have you on board today. You have the answer right. We're at our Jaguar Enthusiastics Club Spring Fair today in Middleton, near Manchester, so it might be a bit busy this afternoon. Well, you got it right. Well done from Fred in sunny Bolton. Angie in Mint Sauce as well. You got it right too. Clever fella Dave in Hucknall, well done to you. And the first one on the email was from Jason